everyone. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I had one of my really good long term subscriber friends tell me that there was a problem hearing my audio. So, if you guys ever have a problem with that, let me know. I think that the problem was on some of mine when I do on my phone. I think I was literally putting my thumb over the microphone. So I hope that was just it. Otherwise, everything looks good. This is, my OBS system here where I can see that it's showing and my voice is hitting. I'm showing you guys where you should be looking here. Oh, see where that mic aux goes? That's showing that it's working here. So guess what? I'm just sitting there in my bubble bath, which takes me, I don't know. I started just like seriously checking my emails, and I can do a lot on my phone now. The Galaxy 23, you can literally do PowerPoint, so I should be doing some more of those to make better videos. And, like I say, I'm old, so it takes me a while to figure out everything. But I can do so much. I can do my emails, just screw around. I'm not screw around with myself in the bed. That just sounds terrible. No, I'm not screwing around with myself in the bathtub. I'm just saying that, like, you know, watch some YouTube, answer some comments. I can do everything on my phone. So I started doing that in my bubble baths, and now what do you know? 2.5 hours, maybe even 3 hours will go by, and I'm like, oh, I'm still in the tub. What the hell? So I'm really clean. If anybody has any tips on the best bubble bath that does not make it burn when you pee, because a lot of those I've got this. Hold on, I'll get out of this screen because I know that this bothers you guys. I'll put something else up while I tell you my stories. Um, okay, there we go. We'll go right there. There you go. Coincidentally, I've got this all pulled up. Oh, what do I have up my sleeve? Something. So okay. Okay, I worked at Nordstrom, as you guys all know, and the assholes stuck me up in the kids department. I didn't want to frickin' work in the kids department. I wanted to work where I wanted to work in, any other department other than kids. But they were like, oh, you're a mom of six. You must know everything about kids stuff. So why don't we start you there? And then, maybe after, a few weeks or whatever, you can get there. Well, yeah, soon enough, it turns out that, um, that they told me that I'd have to work there for a year and a half. I'm like, I am not gonna work for a year and a half in frickin' purgatory. I mean, like literally, um, I've not talked to you guys about all of the things that are wrong with my body, but one of the things, I have severe neuropathy, so I can't feel my feet from the knees down and my hands like from the elbows down. So it's a wonder how I can walk and get around and whatever. Stairs are not my friend, okay? Especially walking upstairs. It was kind of a guessing game how I do anything. Anyway, I'd have to be sprawled out on the frickin' floor chasing people's kids to get their shoes on because you go to Nordstrom and the shoe person puts the shoes on, and that was all nice and everything when it was the 70s and 80s and people watched their kids and stuff, but not in today's world. They're on the phone and everything and they're not watching their kids, and so I'm like trying to grab one back and grab the other one. I mean, I'm like laying on the floor like an octopus trying to get all these kids with their shoes put on, and just I couldn't get back up. I just was hurting so bad. So my hips and everything. I have SI joint dysfunction and everything else. So um, my doctor was like, "Nope, nope, nope. You can't do that. You cannot be on the ground. Nope, nope, nope." So ultimately, I got down to handbags finally, because that's I mean, I know my handbags. I can sell like a freaking boss. And you're on commission in Nordstrom. People always think it's just that, oh, they're the nicest people there and they want to help you so much. Well, I honestly am a nice person and I honestly really do get excited about products and I love product knowledge. I figure everything out about everything because I'm just a lifelong learner. But anyway, um, everything that the people buy, you get a percentage of. Okay. Problem is, when they return it, that comes back out of your paycheck. So you might be like rocking it like one, and then the next paycheck, you have like basically nothing. Like, can't afford the gas to go to work, but you know. Ugh. So anyway, when I was working in the kids' world, there was a super nice old lady. You know, she was just the grandma of everybody, and everybody wanted to go there when they were expecting the babies to have her, you know, wrap the present and everything, you know, for the baby showers and everything. And I mean, she had a competitive edge. I mean, for an octogenarian, she was pretty competitive, you know, and I mean, with her commission and everything. But anyway, we would get in these different bubble baths and stuff. And I'd be like, oh, this one looks cute. And she'd get this weird look on her face. And she's like, do not sell that. I'm like, why? She's like, I'm not going to talk about it. Well, it took her, you know, a while. But then I'm like, okay, this is the cutest. Look at this container and everything. This is the best, you know. And finally she's like, I tried this and it made my urethra burn. And I had to go to the doctor and it was 6 months of me pissing blood. I'm like, oh, woman, you're 80. You're 80 and you got a sore to what? Okay, I get it. I get it. So, if you know of something that gives good bubbles, because I need a really bubbly bubble bath, something that gives good bubbles doesn't make it so you have to scream when you pee and doesn't make a freaking ring around the tub. Because here's the other freaking thing is that, oh, okay, I finally think that I get a good one. I got this, it's like soap for everyone or something. It's like bubble bath, shampoo, and body wash all in one. And it smells really good. I really like lavender and kind of a peppermint together kind of smell like that. And so it's great, but I had to ring around a frickin' tub. And you know what I do for that is I use toilet bowl cleaner around the tub because then it'll really stick to the soap scum. You know, because if you get the toilet bowl cleaner that has like that gel clean stuff, because you can spray the other stuff on and it's not going to do anything for soap scum. Soap scum is just awful. So I'm looking for something good that bubbles really well, doesn't leave a soap scum ring, and doesn't make me scream when I pee. If you could find me that, that'd be great. Recommend it in the comments. That's what I'm after. Because, so Bath and Body Works used to have really good bubble bath. You know, back when they had the good sun ripened strawberry and all of that good stuff, they would have it in a bubble bath too. Well, the jackasses took all of the bubble bath stuff out, and now they have like the expensive, their body care line or whatever. It's like $22 for the hexagon, well, not hexagon, but square kind of thing. And it's supposed to give you a luxe, you know, like milk bath or whatever. Well, my tub is a 50-gallon tub. I have my own water heater to the tub, and I have to use 1/3 of one of those Lux baths to get any bubbles, and the bubbles stay like 4 to 5 minutes, and that's it. I have really hard water, have a zero res system. It's not the whole zero. It's not actually the zero res brand. It's the, yeah, it is. But it's not the big one. It's supposed to be so that every single faucet in my house comes out the equivalent of bottled water because we have super hard water here in Minnesota. Super freaking hard. The soil is really tough to work with. Um, probably some history in it about the glaciers and stuff. I don't know, but it's as much as you think of the Midwest and agriculture and stuff, there's a lot of land where things just don't grow, and I'm having a really hard time trying to grow anything. I can't grow tomatoes to save my life. I can't grow pumpkins, and I mean tomatoes would grow amazing where I'm from. Well, well, where I'm from, also, well, in the 80s, what was that, 78? Mount St. Helens blew. So where I grew up, and I was 11 and 12 and growing my own freaking tomato patch out there, there's all this volcanic ash. And that must have made my tomatoes amazing because I'd go out there, battle with the tomato bugs and the big freaking ass scary spiders because we were downwind of the nuclear plant Hanford. So the spiders there were radioactive and huge, and oh God, don't even get me started on the spiders. But anyway, I can't grow tomatoes out here. They grow too fast, and then they are not all the way ripe, so then they pop really tough. And then my pumpkins will start, and they'll get the little flowers on them to start, and then they don't go into full pumpkins. I'm just getting pissed off. Sunflower, same thing. They start growing up like they're gonna go great, and then nothing. Like, okay, pissing me off. So this year I'm gonna grow raised beds, and I'm gonna figure out how to freaking do the pumpkins, whether I have to put them in the raised beds and make the vines go down or something. I'm gonna freaking I Martha Stewart had this one thing once. This one time Martha Stewart had her whole driveway lined with pumpkins. Okay? That's kind of what I'm going for here. I want like 100 freaking pumpkins. I want pumpkins. So anyway, looking for a good bubble bath. The only two flavors left that they do at Bath and Body Works are Japanese cherry blossom, which is fine because I like that smell. It's got a little bit of musk in it. It's got a musky, nice smell, but I have to use half of a freaking bottle to get any bubbles out of that, and a thousand wishes, and that just a thousand wishes is just not my jive. The year of the pandemic, where everything was shut down, Bath and Body Works had released this line called Balance, and it was in this navy blue packaging with moons, and it was juniper and coriander. That was incredible because when they had their end of year sale, in the few freaking hours that they were ever open, they had all of the stuff that they had not been able to put out, so it was all there. So I literally stocked up for like 2 years of Bath and Body Works stuff, and I'm just, oh God, what is it, 3 years? When did the pandemic even start? Yeah, I guess 3 years ago, huh? Wow. It's 3 years, isn't it? Three? Two? Yeah, three. What the? Oh my, wow. So well, I'm just now running out of everything I bought when it was just amazing because there was so much stuff in this, and because it just, never even hit the shelves, and a lot of decorating in my home with Bath and Body Works fixtures and all kinds of stuff. I'll have to put a video up about that. But anyway, if you ever go to a Bath and Body Works and you see the clearance or somewhere, you have a hoard of juniper and coriander balance, Bath and Body Works, and you want me to trade you some Color Street nails or something, hit me up. Might even have some Tupperware left. My MLM days are over. I don't have what it takes to be a hustler. So, with that being said, sitting there in the freaking tub, turn it into a prune, and I go to Reddit. I was looking for something specific, but up comes a suggestion for none other than this asshole right here. There's a Reddit shell. I, she is going to do the whole name. Anybody named Michelle should have a freaking class action against her ass because she is the new Karen. It's going to be for the rest of our lives, all of us who have watched this train wreck asshole. When somebody does something, weird, whenever we're all going to refer to it and be like, okay, you just pulled a Michelle. Okay, Michelle. Can you hear it? And whenever like I do my videos and I hashtag Michelle, it's like what, like 5,800 hits come up in her own Reddit thread. She has her own Reddit page dedicated to her asshole self. So I sat there and I started reading this in the bathtub, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that. I am going to read this to you so that you don't have to even go there, so you can enjoy your bath and have me read this to you. And I thought, hey, let's double down and let's have a good old fashioned Penelope's Lane PowerPoint running in the back. So for your viewing pleasure, I I know that Penelope took her videos down, but I had updated her videos and begged her for forgiveness rather than permission when I had done so, and she said it was fine. So then when I inherited the Michelle PowerPoints that Penelope's Lane did an amazing job on, um, Penelope, took them all down because her and Michelle had a truce that they wouldn't, whatever. I don't know how that all went down. I don't know anything about it. I think that um, what happened to Penelope was bull because of the way that Michelle goes real life. And this Reddit thread really speaks to that. So this is me posting them, Michelle and Tara Rat and whoever else is going to come for me. I get all of the hate for putting these back up, and I will gladly take all of the hate because I am the one that pointed out her as the asshole abuser that abused a veteran, and I called her fake ass AA chip out. I'm the first one that saw that that was no 14-day chip. There is no 14-day chip that she was holding up. Does this piss you off? I was the one that showed it was bullshit and it was a 24-hour coin, so it showed she wasn't even going to AA. That she had everybody else convinced that she was going and everything, and then when she got questioned, I'm going online and oh, they order really special ones for me. My sponsor wanted it really special. Oh, I thought you don't have that sponsor. Well, I have a different sponsor. It has to be a very special sponsor for me because she's so special. So I'm the one, and I started doing Michelle video. I started talking about her long ago and far away, but like I say, my Watts crowd didn't want it. And all I could really say when I would refer to her as MS. And then when I started doing these and I put these out, started doing this in my own videos, I took a lot of heat from it, and that's fine. I would rather have her exposed for the lying ass that she is for abusing a vet and trying to put an innocent veteran behind bars. Because why? Because he didn't do what she said? Who the does she think she is? With this going real life, these are not the kind of things that somebody does. The lengths that she goes to are not normal. It is not because of her having, whether or not she has borderline personality disorder or not, which I don't think that she does. At this point, in the way that when I heard her mixing it up yesterday, saying that it's not a mental disorder, it's a behavior. It's a behavior disorder. It's not a mental disorder. It's a behavior. And I don't have bipolar. I don't have bipolar. I'm going, okay, I have never once heard her say anything about the very specific and targeted treatment for BPD. I did a video about it, 2 months ago now, going on 2 months. And I was going to see if she was going to copy any of it, but she didn't. So she really has no idea. And a therapist would have brought that up, especially if she was inpatient and had the diagnosis for BPD. It is a way of getting them out of that circular reasoning. I had to do it for myself. And, you know, I don't think that I have full on BPD. I think that it was a rubber stamp that everybody got when they engaged in self harm back 20, 25 years ago. And when I had my nervous breakdown and I survived my own S and spent 3 months in the hospital getting my thoughts back in order and whatnot, and fixing my brain, giving my brain some rest. I did more for the nightmares and the PTSD and things that were really causing my insomnia, that was causing so many other problems. And then the outpatient treatment, for a solid 2 years, was a lot of the dialectical behavioral treatment. And I also did EMDR. EMDR more for the PTSD, but I think EMDR is also used for BPD. I've seen some of you say that in there, but there's just, I mean, I go back and forth because then she'll say that she has it, but you can't believe anything she says. But I do believe that she gets full on SSDI, because how can she get all of this income that she's always had and get remarried and have his salary and never have that affect her disability? The only way is if it was truly SSDI. Because if it was SSA or whatever, or SSI, she couldn't have gotten remarried. That would have stopped because his income would have been too much. But the SSDI doesn't have an income limit as far as I'm concerned. But then when she sits there and says that she was making 10 grand a day, week, weekend, month, hour, who knows? Who knows with her? Honestly, who knows? And I know that we've really stayed away from the subject of her men. But you can see how the other men got caught up and she trapped him with the pregnancy and the kids and everything like that. But this last marriage, there was no kids or anything. I just feel really bad for Etienne for this to have been his. I believe it was his first marriage. For him to have had such a rotten, despicable wife. When you look at their pictures of them at the wedding, he has a look on his face where his eyes say it all. His eyes are not in agreement with what he is doing. I think that she allegedly had him arrested quite early on for domestic abuse. And she really had him, like, it was probably one of those things where she throws a big fit and he probably tried to restrain her or stop her from hitting him. And she called on him, and then he got charged because he's bigger and was confused. I don't know if he spent the night in jail. I don't know. I don't know much about that other than he had the arrest very early on in their relationship. And from what she said, it screwed up his military career. So looking in, yeah, if I don't know his rate or rank, I don't know anything like that. But, if you get an arrest for assault, um, I don't think it was full domestic violence. I don't know, but that's where she started being able to manipulate him, and probably started the if you don't do this, I'm going to call your command. I'm going to call your command and I'm going to tell your superior officer that you've done this. You know, she probably did that, and he probably felt like, "Oh my god, I'm not the kind of man who would ever harm a woman or hurt a woman." And I hurt her, and so he probably went back and forth. And she's just the type, as what we're seeing right now, is she's your typical abuser. And in domestic violent situations, it's a cycle. And it goes, and it's just like any other cycle. And things are going good, things are going good, things are going great, things are going great. Things are getting a little shaky, things are getting a little shaky, things are getting unpredictable, but then there's good, and unpredictable, and then there's good. And then, oh my God, the volcano blew. Huh? See what I did there with Mount St. Helens? Oh, brought it all back. Then there's volcanic ash or cement or whatever all over everybody. And then people are going to jail and back and forth. And then there's the apology tour and the begging back. And then it's the honeymoon period. And then in the honeymoon period, she's as good as she can ever be and apologizing. She'll never do it again. She's going to get back on her meds. She's going to do this and that. She's going to get her insurance license. She's going to do this. They're going to have this business and they're going to make all this money and they're going to travel the world together and they're going to do all of this. And then she starts drinking just a little bit again and drinking just a little bit again and then drinking too much and then mixing and maybe snorting a Xanax or two. And then she's out of control and out of control and out of control again. And then she's beating him up. And if he puts his hands up to stop her, she's going to call and he's going to get another charge. But they already had the wedding planned and everybody else was already invited and everything. What were they to do? So he goes ahead and believes that she's going to be fine because she says she's going to be fine. And if she's on her meds, she's fine. And if she does this and that, she's fine. And by the wedding night, you know that he knew he made the biggest mistake of his life. Because once he put that ring on it and she had it signed, you know she was looking over that contract and going, okay, right, okay, did you sign here? Okay, right, where's your insurance? I want a full life insurance policy. I want it tripled. Right, right, right. Okay, I'm your wife now. I'm your wife, and we're gonna be together every day now. Every day, every moment of every day, Etienne. We're together now. And you can just see that, maybe it was okay. And then maybe the focus was on one of her kids, and then, oh, she could blame her actions on, she's worried about this kid getting in jail again and doing this and doing that and this and that. And then, oh, okay, and then whatever. But then maybe she's out of touch with that kid, and then it comes back to them fighting and but she wants to blame her actions on her son and blame her actions on her son, and that's why she has to drink, and that's why she has to snort, and because she can't take the pills, she's got to snort them, and things get out of control again, and then soon she's passed out. She's not functioning. Yeah, she got her insurance license, but she couldn't take the phone calls. She couldn't get up and work with him while he was going to work every day. But it was she'd be fine in a couple of days. She just needed to get over what her son had done, what her son had done, what her son had done, and she can't believe what her son had done. And then the stress hits again, and he tells her she can't drink and she needs to stop drinking. And then she takes it out on him, and oh, she accuses him of being controlling, and he can't tell her what to do, and he can't tell her not to smoke, and he can't tell her what to drink. She's not a child. It's not his right to tell her about her behavior. And then it hits again, and he starts saying, you know what, you need to shape up or I'm going to leave. And then she gets her abandonment issues and starts her shit fit because then she wants to prove when somebody says they're going to leave, she wants to show, okay, you're going to leave? Well, there's nothing I can do that's going to stop you from leaving, so why don't I go all out? And she would be all of that. And then when she started accusing him of cheating, and he hadn't cheated, but she made it in his mind where he even doubted if he cheated, because at that point he was probably so upside down that he didn't have the right to even think to himself. To have a moment to think straight is nothing that Michelle would ever allow her victim. She has her prey, she plays with it, and there is no rest, because she won't quit. She'll go 24/7. She'll snort whatever, she'll drink whatever to keep going, keep going, keep going, because her prey will need to sleep. Because her prey needs to sleep, eat, and earn money to keep up with all of her habits and the spending. And then, what do you know? They're about to go bankrupt. They're going to have to refinance the house. But the house was fine because it was his. She couldn't be on the house. So she felt like that wasn't exactly her house. So she started her shit fit saying that, oh yeah, you cheated on me. You cheated on me. You had an affair, Etienne. You had an affair. And ultimately what'd she do? She made him take a polygraph, and she got her name on the house. So how many apology tours, how many honeymoon periods did Etienne go through before he was exhausted? That man didn't have life in his eyes towards the end. He didn't know what to do. He wished he would have listened to his mom, right? Right? Because his mom said, don't marry that thing. She wouldn't approve of it. And then the unthinkable happened with his brother. And she had to act like she was there for him. And then she says the most vile and disgusting things about him. The most horrible details you could ever repeat about anybody. She would repeat and throw that in his face, just as she did on that first live. Throw them hooks up. Throw them hooks up. Deuces, deuces, hooks, deuces. Yep. So at that point, he didn't think that he could fix her. He realized she was broken. He starts trying to really get his thoughts together. She's not going to let him have any time to think. And what does she do? She tries to shoot at him. She has the big shit fit. Now all of the city officials and everybody in the city knows what she's done. Because he was a classy man. He was a classy military man. He had the guns. He was, probably in all of that, that goes along with the guns thing, probably in the sportsman's club and all of that. And that's how he knew the sheriff and he knew everybody. But when they came and they saw her and she was scratching, biting, pissing after she had cut her own hand trying to shoot him, and he barricaded himself and had to get on the phone and beg for the SWAT team to come and save him. If this was reversed and this was a man that did this to a woman, we would have this man under the jail. Man shooting at a woman, making the woman have to go and hide for her life, barricade herself, and the man's biting, scratching, pissing, cussing at the EMTs and headbutting the lieutenant. What in the hell? How embarrassing for that military man to show that's his wife. So he scrambles to make excuses for her, and oh well, she's got some some issues, and she's been under a lot of stress, and she just didn't have her meds, and and she goes through and she goes through her thing, and she apologizes and begs him and begs him and begs him and begs him not to leave her, and then when he's still hell bent on leaving her, She'd threaten things like, fine, I'll put your dog down. You can't take your dog with you. You don't have anywhere to move. I'll kill your dog. You want me to put your dog down? Try it. Try and leave me. I'll show you. Could you imagine if a man did that to a woman? There have been a lot of issues with women being afraid to leave their spouse because of the fear of what the man would do to the animals. So there have been agreements with, you know, shelters, and there's not many. There's not many shelters for humans, and well, I think there's actually more shelters for animals than there are for humans. But I know that they won't euthanize if the animals are held for a domestic violence situation in certain areas. Um, in California is where I had seen that being a thing. And I don't know if they have no kill shelters that will take and hold for domestic violence situations and whatnot. But it's something that's brought up. But how is ETN supposed to have those options? It's very sad. It's very sad and disgusting what she does. We have all seen it. And as we collectively agree, we have never seen anybody as vile and disgusting as a female. Well, I mean, I've never seen a man do just horribly disgusting things. And what she did to Bot and Baby Bot, making those disgusting ads. You know, when we heard them talking about that, it was a I see what I can't when she did the video yesterday that I said was really a must hear. I don't know who was on the line with who that was talking about it and what had happened with Bot. And they were okay, so I don't know who Bot was on the phone with that was explaining what happened to her daughter and her and about the disgusting ads that were done. I don't know who was on the phone. But whoever was on the phone confirmed that, yeah, it was Michelle who did it. It was Michelle who did it. Okay. And when they were talking about how disgusting it was, the things that were written in that ad, and the person on the phone said, well, you're dealing with perverts. You're dealing with perverts, and that's what they would think. And that, and look at those ads. Well, who wrote that ad? This asshole right here did. And so you think, okay, the person who's responding to this ad is a pervert. Well, who wrote that ad? Who wrote the vile, disgusting things, the sexually perverted things? Who did that? She did. So what does that say about her? She's a pervert. If she was a man and did those things to a woman and a woman's child, a stranger on the internet, on a platform where she is not supposed to be. The laws have not caught up to the wild, wild west that is the internet. Because if she is not, and she is not, supposed to be on this platform, but she is not protected, and Bot is not protected, it seems to me that a good attorney could have a cause of action against this platform for the danger that was placed upon her and that. These are the things that are going to happen, and these are the things that could happen, and that is why certain people shouldn't be on the internet. And we are seeing them again and again. But the catalyst that brought these all out is greed. This platform and other social media platforms and everything were all fine. We were all able to talk about certain things, come together in groups and whatnot. But when money starts coming in, whether it's somebody doing a GoFundMe for this or that, and they don't think it's really going to that, or this person saying they're sick and they need this money, and there's always this and that going on that they want this and that money. Whenever there's the opportunity for money to come in, it gets these greedy demons and pulls them out. And they're opportunistic and they get in. And if you take back out that component, the money, they go away. If the money is not there, they're not going to be there. And I totally support the money thing being taken back out of YouTube. Like I say, I think that every creator should be able to put on their page. I mean, let's not allow just anybody to be able to say it. Let's say that you need to get to 6 months or 500 subs, and at that point, then you can say that you can accept tips if somebody believes that your work saved them time, or they appreciate your time, or they want to buy you coffee or whatever. Then these are the ways in which you can accept money. But any talk of it and any e-begging and stuff needs to be a violation of terms of service, because what has happened here is wrong, and it will continue to happen, and it has happened. We can name off the people one by one as they've all fallen off of the way, and most of them will go away once they get kicked off. This cockroach won't go away, and she is so like a cockroach. Oh, I bet you that house on the hill is filled with cockroaches too. I didn't think about that. I bet you there's roaches, peppercorns. Like I say, I'm still haunted by that stew. That fish stew. And taco soup. And all these people who say that, oh, she's got a cooking channel, she's such a good cook. Now, why don't you go over there? Why don't you go to that house on the hill? And why don't you sit there and eat? Why don't you eat a meal with her? Why don't you sit your ass down and eat? And then let's see about how you think that she's such a wonderful cook. Why don't you have those nasty raw ribs with the pink blood coming out of them? Hmm? I mean, have these people never, ever seen anybody cooked? I mean, they think that she's a good. What are they comparing it to? You know? No, hold please, hold please. Oh, hey you. I'm recording. Just wanted you to know. Oh, I got the vacuum in here. If you want it.
Yeah, I'm always snagged that.
I'm recording.
Hello, people.
Hello, people. Oh, sorry, I opened your mail. I thought it was mine.
Man, you do that every other week.
Yeah.
You realize tampering with someone else's mail is a federal crime, Tabitha Jane?
Oh, lock me up. Lock me.
I bet YouTube to demonetize this video. Take that.
Demonize me.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Love you. I'm burning the candle because I don't know why it just boosted microwave.
Probably just
All right. I love you, honey. Oh. Sorry for the interruption. My kidlets just got home. Oh. Boo Boo, I've talked to you guys about this before, how he expresses himself through his bowels. So if I'm not home, he poops all over everything. We have the litter robot, or as that son refers to it as, the cat shit merry-go-round. And so Boo decided to shit outside of it yesterday. And on the laser beam that lets you know when it's there so it won't work and stuff. So I had to clean it up. And hug him a lot. He's the best hugger, but when I'm not home enough, he really expresses himself. Oh, boo. Boo boo. So, the other thing that really bothers me is how to euthanize Etienne's dog shows me that she's a stone cold sociopath, that she has zero capacity for empathy. I know that sociopathy is not a term anymore in the DSM, and it's actually called antisocial personality disorder. But there's still, in layman's terms, we agree or we understand essentially that somebody that just doesn't have the ability to feel is somebody like her, that she can do what she does and not regret it. How could she go and do that to his dog? And then in the same right talk about how I foster. I'm going to get back to what I was doing before Etienne, and I foster dogs, and I'm a rescue, and I rescue dogs and everything. You put your husband's dog down, the one that's in your family picture, because he wouldn't come home to you, because he left you for good reason, because the man was being mentally extinguished. So I'm going to let this one run in the back while I read the Reddit threads. My channel, I put things as playlists, so this new video will be in the Michelle playlists, and then this video that I updated of Penelope's is in here. So they're all in this thing. This will be my 31st one. And like I say, Penelope cannot do not shed any hate against Penelope. This is me running this. So without further dog do on the house on the hill. I'm gonna play this while I read this, and here we go. So if you want to go into Reddit and find it, you just go, and it's just the thread, and it says Michelle Sabate, and he ought to sue to get his last name back so she can go back to how many other ones she has and all of her aliases and combinations and every other thing. So for 2 weeks ago, the channel I See What You Did put out the screenshot of her fake stroke. And I didn't see it, but somebody put it here in Reddit. So I don't know if this was the first or second stroke. And I don't know. Okay, so the second stroke was the one that I can't keep track. I don't know enough about it. I'm not going to speak on it. Okay, so it just goes like this. So here's the screenshot. And it's the first thing you're going to see when you go there. And it says, and just like Penelope said here, this video is dedicated to everyone who has ever experienced domestic violence. And I have been a victim of it. I grew up watching it. I know friends who have gone through it. I've helped friends who have gone through it. Make a plan. I found the most help through the national number, National Domestic Violence Hotline. And I'll try to find that number So the fake stroke. What she did is she sent this, and I don't know if this was sent to Valley Girl, who this was sent to, but it says here. And so it's supposed to be ETN writing this to whoever, right? It says, so it's in ETN's, and I don't know what ETN's voice sounds like, so I can't imitate it, but it says, "Look, I don't know who you are. This is ETN. Michelle had a massive stroke. She's on a vent. I don't know what her condition is. She was life flighted last night to Atlanta. It's touch and go right now with her. I probably will answer no more messages, but you seem to have been a friend to get. I'm reading texts that came in to her, and they are horrible. Please pray for my pipsqueak. She wasn't horrible. Our marriage just turned toxic. I cannot express how torn." And then it goes. I mean, that. So she wrote this saying she's ETN, sending this to a friend. So she is totally fine sending this to a friend. And this must have been the second one or whatever where she was saying it's because her best friend passed away. And so she didn't want anybody to contact her because she was so shaken up about that because her best friend was in her wedding and all that stuff. And here's a picture of her in a bedroom, whatever. And so she's acting like she defends what she did. So this, she made all of her friends think this while her actual friend had died. So the mutual friends of the friend and Michelle felt doubly struck with grief. She took the feeling and the focus off of the friend who actually died because they would be more focused on saving Michelle, saying she's on a vent. I mean, why? And what is this fascination with it? Oh, here we go. So Penelope did put this in here. I forgot about that. Okay. So the National Domestic Violence Hotline was just there listed. And it, like I say, I personally can say, God, look at how weird she looks here. She really looks weird at different times. That doesn't even look like Michelle. I think she gets possessed sometimes. And the Domestic and Sexual Violence Hotline is over here as well. Oh, and there she was. Deuces, hooks and horns. Deuces, deuces, deuces. I can't. This is so far away from being a joke or an excuse. If so she couldn't focus, she could not. Okay, this is it. You know what it is? I just thought about this. How I was explaining how she doesn't have the capacity to feel like normal people. She will imitate emotions. She can cry on command. We've seen it. She can be quite pitiful. She can make you put your guard down. And if you were a person who loved her, who did not have disordered thinking or an attachment disorder, etc., like her last husband or her others, when she breaks down and please don't leave me, just give me one more chance. And then if they actually do leave, then she's in the hospital and this and a big medical emergency. She'll fake the medical stuff when things get real and she doesn't get her way. I think that she just could not figure out how to deal with the friend's loss, because then all of the attention from everybody else was going to her friend, and she wants to harness all of the attention from everybody at all times for her incessant narcissistic need for endless supply. She is she's an emotional vacuum. She hoovers. She is unbelievable. And this text just is so disturbing. What a normal person would do, what I have done, like when my sister passed, when my father passed. I simply put something on my Facebook, or I can't think, I think it's the only place, where I wouldn't want to deal with things would be social media, but that's where I would just say, hey, um, this happened and I need a little time. So if you don't see me like you normally would, um, I'm just going through some stuff right now. Or she would post, hey, this happened with my friend. I'm I'm kind of overwhelmed with emotion right now. Give me some time. That's what a normal freaking person would do. Or they would be going to go and help her family to plan the memorial. I, in situations when somebody passes, it it seems like keeping busy helps. When I planned the memorial services for my father and my sister and my grandmother, um, me staying really busy and doing the memorial boards and organizing everything and the announcements and everything, those kinds of things kept me going. But it's out of her toolbox to think of doing something for somebody else. But she made that package for ETN to go and get a vacation from her. Probably because it's the only thing the man could ever say is that he needed a break from her. He probably told her in no uncertain terms, like, I don't get to dive anymore. I don't get to do this anymore. I just want a freaking weekend away from you. I just want, he probably said it over and over. And when she was probably on her big apology tour because she'd been such a terrible little shit, she did all of that. And then it's like, she probably used it to nag at him. Like, oh, you're going to do this when I gave you that vacation and I bought you that camera and I put the card together with everything. Yeah, so I can't spell. So I can't write. So I did this and I called and I updated your diver certificate. I got you a rental car. I got you a hotel at the places where I used to escort. I'd meet people in their room and talk to them for $500 an hour. Right, 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 right. Oh, so anyway, so what it said in here, this says Michelle acting as ETN, texting people that she's in the hospital, blah, 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 blah. She's home on the couch with her dog, smoking cigs and drinking per usual. Someone called the police department and they said they saw her driving around a few days ago. She's been panel hopping and chat hopping under social accounts as Marshmallow, Undertaker, Try Me and See, sending super chats. Another alleged message in a chat said that someone would pay for her to go away and get inpatient help. I swear this troll needs to get off of YouTube forever. And this was 4 months ago. Now, I'm senile as all hell because a month ago, it looks like I put up Oh, my Google letter to get her off of YouTube is here. So a month ago, I put that in there, but I didn't pay. I guess I didn't think about it, that there was like a whole thing about her. This is what it's like to have long COVID. Like I say, every day is a freaking new day because I acted like I thought this was a brand new Reddit page today. And now I see that I actually posted something in it a month ago. Hmm. Well, every day is a new day. So she has how many different usernames under her? Oh, sock, not social account, sock accounts. Okay, so SOC means sock. Okay, I get it. So Marshmallow, Undertaker, Try Me and See. And then if you ever see anything that says like she's all that, because all of her emails and everything like that are all like she's all that, she's this, she's all that, she's all that, she's like SHEZ. That's her. And you know what? When this did, I remember that person, and I don't remember who it was, but they said that indeed they would pay, they would arrange for her to go into long term treatment. They would pay the bills that needed to be paid while she was away, because she has all the excuses why she couldn't go, because she has to do this and that. Well, little did anybody know until right now that literally ETN was paying for everything, even her cell phone, her power, everything, and alimony. And she has our tax dollars giving her Social Security. And she has full insurance for free. She doesn't pay for shit because she's got Social Security, so she's got Medicare, whatever, and then she had it backed up by TRICARE. So all of that stuff about all these things and everything, she didn't even have a copay. What, $3? But like I say in that chat I caught yesterday, so funny because even for the taco truck, she wants the people to go, "Hey, I'm not trying to e-bag or anything, but I'd really like to go down. I'm trying to save my money, so can somebody just cash out me some money? I'd like to go down to the taco truck, and can somebody give me some of their money because I don't want to spend my money." Like, who the fuck? That? We could all use money. We are all hurting here in the freaking United States. We are all hurting. We are all going without. I sure am. I mean, isn't everybody? I mean, but that's the thing, is that we know that other people are, so we don't ask for it from anybody else. Everybody is hurting. I feel it. I'm doing everything I can to save money and make what my husband makes go as far as it possibly can. I am cooking like a pioneer woman. I'm doing the best that I can to really stretch the dollar because there's nothing extra. But that's what happens when you know, put others before you, like your kids, and you pay for their freaking college and everything else. But not Michelle. I mean, think about it. She's not had to pay for her own kids' needs. She's not done anything towards the care of her kids for how long? Except for the $50 that she was paying to make sure that, he was alive. And she was happy she didn't have to pay. She's an asshole. So whoever that was said they'd arranged for her to get into inpatient, cover any financial things that were there. I think they said probably what, to board the dogs or whatever. And then they would pay for counseling to get her to slowly integrate her life with her children. Somebody offered that. And it wasn't good enough for her. And then when she was acting like she was going to have all acting, like she was going to acting, like she was going to have all this done and everything. I mean, what, the two ladies, I'm not going to say their names right now, but they were going to put their whole life on hold and help her. But she wanted Ski. She wants a man to take care of her. She desperately wants a man to take care of her and for her to be this patient in the bed and have a man do everything for her. What the hell? Wipe her freaking ass? What? Flash her tuna cans and tube socks at him? Okay. So now there's this thing that says Michelle sent these vile text message to our girl Toasty. Please pray for Toastgate. I didn't know that Toasty had done anything on Michelle. Okay, so now the next post in it says new changes in 2023. Happy New Year. Um, MGL with, and it has a picture of her, admits she has a golden pussy that makes her 500 an hour as an escort and will funnel money through the fake Airbnb. Let's see what this says. I have no idea what this is going to say. I'm just going to push play. If it's too raunchy, I'll have to stop it. Oh, I went on and it says this video is no longer available because YouTube is associated with this account or video. Oh, so it must have been actually her that they had in that, and they had and it was already taken down. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. So then, let's see what's the next thing. So, okay. So let's see here. There's pictures here. I wonder if, oh man. So there are 4 pictures in the one with the fake stroke one that I just read. There are 4 pictures actually in it, and it's done by call it as I see it in the no fuckery zone. So if you go there, you'll see it, and it's got all the pictures of the toe and this big pic collage. Oh my god! And then her, oh yuck! It has her naked sending nudies to ski. Oh, she has no top on, and she's got the vampire hair. Oh, what in the world? Did Ski show the nudies? And then, okay, and then it says she has found her soulmate, 2 peas in a pod. And then it was like things saying, will it last 1 week or will it last 1 month? Okay. So now, is that it? That might be it. Oh, come on. I thought there was more. Well, I thought I was going to be in for a good night of reading here. It says hot posts. I wonder if there's anything else. Oh, and then it says here, it says that there's the Michelle Sabate Lounge. And it says, okay, hello, there's nothing. So that looked like there was a chat in there, whatever. This is a place for members of, so Michelle Sabate to chat with each other. And, oh man, I thought there was more. What the heck? What the heck? Well, how about that? It's a good thing that I had a lot to say, huh? Because otherwise that would have taken me 1 whole minute. Well, what else is going on here? Going on. Let me see if I can see something else we can look at. I'll pause that. Let me see if I can see something here. Okay. So, thoughts on, I love Queen Bee, the way that she puts things together too. And how, she puts these things up that are really meaningful too. She's like, karma is the universal law of cause and effect. You reap what you sow. And she had the one thing up too, and it was like, how is it? Don't be a victim to the circumstances which you create. It's like, I just love that. I love Burnt Toast. She's freaking hilarious. And she did these songs too. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Burnt Toast, but she's a freaking best. Just freaking funny. And then I watch NJ Quartz, He's really good too, and he really keeps up with all of the stuff with ski. I think I think he said that his father is an attorney, and I don't know what his profession is, but he does get money to go to cover the cases. He breaks it down and says, this is how much I need for airfare, hotel, rental car, whatever. And he'll tell you, hey, we're halfway here, we're this and that with the donations. He says, this is how much it's going to be, this is where I'm at. And he films himself walking to there, being there. He's very straightforward with his money and how he spends it. I don't have a problem with that. I think that that's really good, and he gives all of the all of the facts and history. Oh, oh no! Look at this meme here from Bot with with her with Michelle farting. Oh, I just said it. Michelle farted. Oh no! Oh, look, it's like Michelle farted. Look at this meme of Michelle farting. Oh no! I'm gonna get my cease and desist. This meme cracks me up. I think this is the one where they did when she's standing and stomping all over ETN, and it looks like she's got a big fart coming out too. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, I guess I'm done right here. I'm working on some other stories for you guys, so fear not. And if you ever get bored and want to know all things Chris Watts, I delved deep and I read the entire discovery and I did everything I possibly could to lay shit bare in that case. So if you've ever kind of wanted to know and from a different perspective, it's all there. It's all there for you. Let me see. So all of these people are alive. Um um she can't has a new one and it says, oh my god, oh my god. So she's still asking Ski to come. Oh, that sounded really gross. I didn't mean it like that. Ah, she wants him to come. But he wants to. Okay, so this is the thing. Is okay, so where I'm from, I've explained to you guys. I'm from Washington State. And I grew up in Eastern Washington. So Idaho is just a hop, skip, and a jump away. And there's a lot of really remote areas in Idaho. There's, how do you explain it? It's not like you can really develop the land. There's a lot of hills, kind of mountainy, not like the big mountains of Oregon. I can't think of anywhere in Idaho that you can even ski. Speaking of ski, I love skiing in Oregon. Mount Bachelor, best freaking place to ski ever. I'm a horrible skier. And so Mount Bachelor, I could ski in a t-shirt and ski pants, and that was awesome because I spend most of my time skiing on the ground, looking up at the 3-year-olds on the lift going by, laughing at me because they can ski well and I suck. But so I mean, it's rocky, it's beautiful, beautiful lakes and mountains, and I don't know how to explain Idaho unless you've been there. And there are sects, sects, of white supremacists. Hayden Lake, Idaho is where a lot of the skinheads are. And with that goes some of the extremists in extremists in I don't really know if it's how to describe it. As you can tell, I'm really grasping for words here. But there was a situation, and it was on Ruby Ridge, and it was kind of a sect of people who were anti-government, white supremacists, um, very. I mean, they don't trust anybody, and they had a lot of artillery, um, the GUNS, and when the government went after them for however it started and whatnot, it was terrible. It was very similar to what happened in Waco, Texas, but different along the same lines. And from the second that she started trying to get Ski to go to her house, the first thing that hit my mind was Ruby Ridge. She wants a standoff. She wants to get probably as many men as she could get in there. And she would not care how many she had to throw out there in front of herself to use as a shield. And that is where, when I started seeing her using that term Mexican standoff and I defined it, it's really interesting because, as you know, I've had Possum Wrangler on my channel. I did not know that she had also seen the Mexican standoff, and she broke it down and defined what a Mexican standoff is as well. So when I saw that she had said something about it, I thought she was referring to what I did on my channel. And then we were talking, I'm like, so you didn't see this and I had done this? No. We both had seen that she was referring to it. And I still believe that that's why she wants Ski down there. She was trying to lure him to say that, oh, yeah, we can have a bed and breakfast together and we can live there and work there and we make all the money and we don't have to do anything, just like Molly. And I can act like Molly and I can show you my boobs and I have a golden pussy that's worth $500 an hour. You know what? Hold on, because I did see something else. Hold, please. Go grab a drink if you need to, because I did see something more online that was talking about her and her golden pussy. Was there more than one Reddit page, maybe? No, let me see. It was specifically talking about it. Let me see. I see. Hmm. It was saying something about how they didn't think that she could get the 500. And I agree. but I don't see where I can get it. Let me see. Well, no. Let me see. I can't find it. All right, I will. Wonder. And then, okay, so if somebody's got to tell me, okay, so this one where it was saying that she found the soulmate. Oh, I see. They were talking about when she was with Ski. So 5 months ago is when she started trying to get him to move in. He says it didn't even last a week. He wouldn't go to her house with the rats, bats, roaches, and filth. Even he has standards. Because does anybody remember too when she said that everybody's gonna just fuck up because she was going and she was gonna be a Nigerian princess? Like she literally was like falling for a Nigerian prince scam. And then whatever happened to the guy at the beginning of the month? Somebody's got to tell me what happened. I mean, was it just somebody that she met on a personal site or what? Oh, I bet you she has ads out on the personal sites. Oh, bet she does. Somebody's gonna have to go in and do this. Does anybody have ads on the personal sites that they can go in and look around and see if they see her looking for a new, I should said, an updated ETN? So I guess, like I say, I guess it'd be like a whole actual ATM. So that's what I mean. I don't know why she thinks she needs so much money. But let me see. Well, here's a. Okay. Oh, here's one. Okay. So it says this. We'll put her up. So I can't wait to watch I See What You Can't. I love watching I See What You Can't. And call it as I see it and I see what you can't and Deets on the Streets. They're awesome. Let me see here. What is this one? There. Oh, what in the thing? Let me see. What is she saying that she broke? Huh?
Cash apps them.
Oh,
And not like I
begging.
cash up them a lot, but I throw them a few dollars. Yeah, it's clean water.
So I See What
Yes,
You Can't
he's
has that
mod
video
block.
up. Oh, she's got a lot that I've missed. I'm gonna have to catch up. Sorry, I See What You Can. I gotta catch up on your videos. Let me see. What is this one?
Yes, he's mod blocked me, and only because I was like, "Hey, I'm going to give the dogs a bath, and I'm going to stream it." And I guess I broke one of his floor rules. So I was like, "Well, you just lost one of your supporters, so you can go fuck yourself." He's going to regret it because nobody ever cash apps him, and not like I cash up him a lot, but I throw him a few dollars. Yeah, it's clean water. Um, Yes, he's mod blocked me, and only because I was like, "Hey, I'm going to give the dogs a bath, and I'm going to stream it." And I guess I broke one of his floor rules. So I was like, "Well, you just lost one of your supporters, so you can go fuck yourself." He's going to regret it because nobody ever cash apps him, and not like I cash up him a lot, but I throw him a few dollars.
So
yeah, it's clean water.
Okay, so just to clarify here, what this clip is by I See What You Can't. It says Michelle says, "Go F yourself, Ski Mask Andy." So she was going to give the dogs a bath and stream it. And somehow this has something to do with Ski Mask Andy and his mods blocking her. And it says, "I must have broke one of the florals," is what the way that this thing, but what she said is she must have broken one of his 4 rules. Um, I can't believe that she is on an apology tour to him. Like I say, it is coming down to her getting evicted out of that house. She wants a man there. And like I say, she's going to take, well, she would take him and put him in front of her. She will use any man as a shield. If she can get any man in that house right now, if she can get anybody off of a personal ad anywhere, she will use them as a literal shield to protect herself. Now, she looks like the freaking Grinch here. Look at how she's doing this. And whenever she's lying, these eyebrows just yeet all the way up. They go up so high. I've never seen eyebrows on a human go up that high. But it's when she's trying to convince you of something. This one eye gets a little squinty. This one gets bigger. And it goes like that. And then she's got this whole forehead thing, and she's got this hairline of a vampire. She just needs a couple little freaking things here. I wish I was a visual artist and I could do this. I could make her into the Grinch or a weird vampire. Bat lady. So she's going to give the dogs a bath and stream it. When was the last time she gave them a bath? She begs for money. And then with this money, she's giving it to Ski. She's saying that she gives him money. So after all that she said and how think about this. So although Ski did not consent to her offerings of love and a little sprinkle of the golden pussy, although he did not accept her feminine, well, woes. I don't even know what I don't see her as sexy. I don't see that any man would spend $500 for that. I think that somebody would spend $500 to tell her to get the fuck out and leave and never come back. But since he rejected her, she thought the price for him was death. She was setting him up, and he did have his parole officer come and get him. I don't know how he got out. I didn't follow up on all of that. Nonetheless, she was saying that she was going to have somebody beat him up, take a fall, all this stuff. She wanted him to pay the ultimate price for rejecting her. So now, essentially, she made him go through his own honeymoon period. She did not have a full-on relationship with him, but she put him through all of the cycles that she does with everybody. That, she's good, she's good, she's good. Oh, things are a little dicey, but then she's good and bad and good and bad and good and bad and your friend and not friend. And then she does the ultimate, wants you to die. And then she decides, let's be friends again and everything's fine. What? Okay, so this one says here. So this was under the thing. I thought this was a thing. So where it says, so it's under this. So it says new changes in 2023. Happy New Year. MGL admit. So Michelle goes live. Admit she has a golden pussy that makes her $500 an hour as an escort and will funnel money through fake Airbnb. Right, and that's right. I thought that was within play. Well, under here there's a comment. So I am opening this comment, and this is what I saw. And it says this. It says, she finally admitted that she has a prescription for Xanax, but that she snorts it. So not only is she not taking it as prescribed, but she is also abusing it. Remember when she was saying, I can't take pills. I cannot take them. I'm a total lightweight. My son's prostitute friend said that I can never take heroin because I'd be dead because I cannot take pills. She had the same look, right? Right. Well, then it started going along in this long, convoluted thing about how she's fine if she takes a Zofran. Then she can take a pill. Well, we all know that, we've seen her do this stuff off to the side. And there was a time where I didn't watch her for a while, after I had my surgery for my rotator cuff and everything, and I was just really focused on reading all of the Watts Discovery. I didn't watch her. And I did hear the rumors of when she would kind of go off the screen and snort. And then she'd be picking her nose and doing the weird shit, and she'd be totally gorked. This is in line with her snorting the Xanax and whatever else, right? This is how it is. Now, when I watched the video yesterday from I See What You Can't, and she was talking about her psych meds, and she was saying how her doctor is questioning her because she just had it filled on this date or whatever. But she was trying to make it sound like he was saying that she didn't get it filled in time, and he's questioning her. But then her chat was reminding her that she showed a prescription bottle and it said a different date. And then he told her he wanted to test her. And then somebody said, but you had it as a telehealth visit. So that didn't make sense. And see, in my state, you can't have telehealth for a controlled substance. You have to go in because you have to be piss tested. They have to be sure that what's prescribed to you is in you and that nothing else is in you. And if it is, you are kicked out of pain management, etc., etc. So I'm sure that she has a couple of Dr. Feelgoods in the mix. Nonetheless, somebody asked her if she takes psych meds for her BPD. And she said, yes, she takes, 7 in the morning and 5 at night? Is that what she said? Or 5 and 7 something? 5 medicines in the morning for her psych issues and 7 meds at night. Well, I don't see what all she would be in, because then just as soon she was saying that she doesn't have bipolar and that BPD is just a behavior thing. Okay, not a mental disorder. She was saying not a mental disorder. So I know I don't want anybody to think that I misinterpreted it. Please go back and listen to what I said, because I was showing how she doesn't know anything about her own disorder, and I myself have BPD, so I'm well versed in it. But the way that she was saying it, she's like, no, it's not a mental disorder. It's a behavior disorder. No, it is not a mental disorder. It's a behavior. Which, of course, yes, I mean, technically to sit there and split truths and whatever, okay, yeah, it is the behavior, but the behavior is coming from your mind, the way you behave. This bitch getting SSDI when the rest of us who have actual, real, horrible medical things going on and can't get disability. How did this bitch get disability? And the golden kind that cannot be taken away from her, and she can make as much money as she wants? How can this be? How is this fair? Ugh. Our system. Our system is so damn screwed up. So yeah, I had to stop working because, well, number one, it was aggravating my congestive heart failure. But so I had to keep cutting down hours. My doctor was wanting me to quit. But then, because I can't feel my feet and hands and everything else, somebody put a box behind me that I didn't see them do, and I don't have the proprioceptors, so I can't, because the nerves don't work. They don't like, I trip over everything because I can't, So anyway, I tripped over a box backwards at work and, sprained both ankles and, sprained my wrist and bruised my ribs and my face and everything. It was a terrible fall. And spraining both ankles at once I couldn't work. And my doctor was like, yeah, you're not working anymore. Um, I'll talk about what happened at disability some other time, but it just pisses me off that she gets it. So she snorts her Xanax. And now, see, I challenged her once, so that's why she must have been putting out the pill bottles, because I want to see a pill bottle with Xanax with an accurate date and an accurate count. She can't do it. No way she can do it. She gets them from her dealer under the traffic cone. No doctor is going to consistently prescribe Xanax like this when she is also taking opioids and psych drugs. There's no way. And I know that somebody's gonna be there, well, my doctor does this and whatever, blah, 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 another. Okay, she's an alcoholic. She is in active addiction. She's mixing all of these things, and it's the mixes. It's not the in excess. It's the mixes that do it. So in my state, you cannot have both a benzodiazepine and an opioid prescribed. Cannot do it. If you had an extreme event happen, they might be able to allow for a 72-hour period where you could have both, but I don't even see it. I can't even see them unless you were inpatient. It's that bad. Our state is very, very, very strict because of assholes like her. So what this says then, so it says she finally admitted she has a prescription for Xanax, but that she snorts it. So not only is she not taking it as prescribed, but she's also abusing it. Now, this person wrote this 4 months ago. When she was talking about Xanax in the beginning, she said that after the divorce, the doctor had to give her some Xanax for a very short amount of time just to get her through all of the devastation of the divorce. So, what she was going and bawling and everything about the divorce or whatever, well, I can guarantee you that that doctor did not know that she was getting pain meds. I don't see how she's doing it. She's got, well, she's doing it illegally. That's what's going on. Because what does she have that she has pain pills prescribed to her that she seems to have? And it's not just her toe, because she seems to have had them for every other thing. And we've seen her just be absolutely blitzed. And that's not just alcohol. So then the next, he says, or whoever wrote this is talking, it's in this thread about her golden pussy. And it says, she's 50 years old. No one's going to pay $500 for that tore up thing. She's got terrible acne scars. But it's the truth. There is nobody that's going to pay $500 for her. An hour, a night, a freaking month. Fuck no. And then it says, so she was trying to say that her V is made of gold. LOL, LOL, because men can't last any longer than 15 minutes. LOL, LOL. Oh my God. So she's trying to say that, that's why she's trying to say that she's made of gold, because no man can last more than 15 minutes inside her. Oh, gross. Gross. Almost as gross as when she was saying the ETNs is 8 3/4 inch long cock. Yep, he has an 8 3/4 inch cock. Yes, an 8 3/4 inch. What the hell did she do with those goony ass glasses and get up all close to it, sniff it, measure it? What the hell? She do a big scientific examination on it?
Um,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh
he's
God,
my
she just came
blocked
to
me,
life. Sure.
and only because it was like,
Well, and then it says, no, Michelle, that's not what it means. I believe David Bowie said it better than wham bam, thank you, ma'am. She's just being used. A man that truly loves the woman he is with isn't a selfish lover. When you have a man that loves you, he'll make damn sure you're taken care of several times before he is. Well over an hour. She's absolutely mad. I don't, I've never experienced such a Man, I think that I was damn selfish ass man all my life. Well over an hour, huh? Taken care of. Who is this? Who is this mystery man you speak of, fellow Reddit user? And then the next person says, she is the current YouTube famous train wreck. I've never seen anything like this. It will not end well. And that was 4 months ago. And here we are still going on it. Um, so yeah, I guess I mean, I just wanted it to end. I thought it was going to be over. Um, and it just keeps going on and on and on again. I no, for Reddit, been kicked out of so many freaking forums because they have a very, very narrow tolerance for what they want said. So somebody will create the page for the discussion or whatever. And if you don't say exactly what they want you to say, you get kicked off. So I don't know how I feel about Reddit, but found a couple of gems in here. Did anybody else hear her say that she snorts the Xanax? The Xannies? Well, I guess that's all I can say. So catch up on I See What You Can't and um call it as I see it. They're both doing really good work and just catch up on all things mushy. Mushy. And I guess that's it. So enjoy your weekend. Let me know about the bubble bath, okay? All right. Talk to you all later. Bye bye.